Good morning, everyone. Sharon from the Aquatic Center, offering to you this morning a yoga program. Again, just reminding you that on these platforms, our time is limited for what we can offer to you. So please feel free to stop the video at any time and just allow yourself a little more inward opportunity. Stay into the postures a little bit longer. Do what works for you today. So we sit in our cross-seated pose. Allow your hands just to be placed gently on the tops of your knees. Feel yourself grounding yourself into the earth. Feel your spine becoming tall. Allow the breath to slowly enter into your body as you begin to awaken your mind, allowing yourself to find that inner connection between mind, body, and soul. So we start with our breath. Allow yourself to close your eyes. Feel the breath as the nasal passage flares. The nostrils open and the breath fills the body, expanding the chest, elevating the shoulders, filling the soul. And as you exhale, feel that expression of release, of letting go, releasing, melting, until the breath becomes natural with a full drawn in inhalation and a full, completely controlled exhalation. And gently opening your eyes as we slowly slow our chin down into our throats and feel our shoulders starting to melt down our backs, finding the lift in the front of the chest. Then with the next natural inhalation, roll your right ear to your right shoulder. Exhaling as you release the chin back down into the center, breathing in, rolling the left ear to the left shoulder. And exhaling as you bring the chin back down and subtly into the throat. This time as you breathe in and roll to the right, let's come all the way around, lifting up the chin, the chest, the eyes to the sun. As you exhale, rolling around, left ear, left shoulder, chin back down and into throat. And then let's move through the other side again, breathing in, rolling left ear, left shoulder, head tipping back, chin, chest, eyes lifting up. Exhaling, rolling around, right ear, right shoulder, until the chin once again comes back down and into throat. Then breathing in and lifting up. Let's do a full torso rotation. As you exhale, gently drift over and off to the right. Come spilling gently downward towards the front. Come around to the left knee. Allow your back to round as your fingers grip firm into your knees. Come all the way back around into the right side. Drifting over to the left, let's hold gently up onto the left side. So then you can reverse the direction, moving, reaching out beyond the left knee. Sliding gently out and around beyond the right. Scooping the back. Digging the fingers in between the knees. Again, rounding all the way out beyond the right knee, flattening the back, coming all the way out and around, and holding up on the opposite side. And now let's gently shift back and forth. So we do the pendulum swing, just rocking from side to side, shifting, extending the elbow, lengthening the full side body, going 1 or 2 times back and forth. And then we're going to come back down and into the center. Subtly releasing our forehead downward towards the floor. Then tuck your chin deeply as you curl, slide, round, and rise carefully back up to the top. We're going to start by opening up both of our legs into a straddle position just to come a little bit into our inner thighs. Let's take the weight, and shift slightly back and forth. You can notice how my fingers and the inner thigh are rolling inward and downward towards the earth, giving a full rotation as we have a 360-degree circumduction availability on the hip joint. Come back into the center. So we're going to be turning towards the right. Let's gently fold the right leg in, turn the left knee downward towards the floor, and come into a pigeon posture. Now remember, there are multiple positions available. You can have your leg at an angle with the right foot over towards the left hip. If that's too challenging on the knee, perhaps you can bring the ankle straight back behind the body, whichever is preferable to you. We're going to open the hip, pressing the ribs out towards the front of your mat, but slowly driving your hip bone down towards the foot, whether it be on the left side of the body or the right. Push firm into the earth, reach up with your chin. Notice that beautiful arch in the spine. The hips are down. The front of the thigh, the hip flexor, opening. Now let's gently come down into the sleeping pigeon. So we're slowly working ourselves down into the floor. You can pull your elbows out to the side, stack your hands to make your own natural pillow, and gently lay your left ear, the left side of your head, down onto your hands and facing the folded knee. Again, allowing yourself to lie into this position as long as you'd like. We're going to push off the earth to lift ourselves up, pull the elbows up, walk our hands, knuckles, thumbs down to the floor, extending through our elbows and our wrists to once again lifting to the full king pigeon posture. Now let's carefully take the right hand to the outside as we roll our right hip back down to the floor. Let's turn and face the left leg. We're going to bring the right foot to the inside edge of the left thigh, the right knee is out to the side, and the left leg is extended long. Sweep and reach the arms up together. See if you can interlace your fingers as you extend the arms long and tall. Breathe in, reach up, then gently leading with the chin, again to keep the back into a flat position. See if you can reach all the way down to the sole of the foot. Come to a point that's comfortable for you. So if you can only reach to your ankle, just allow your hands to lie on your ankle. Either way, we're going to reach out with the chin. Maybe you can bring your forearms, your elbows, all the way down to the floor, flattening through the back. And as you reach out with your chin towards the toe, the left hip, the hip in the back, should be pressing away from you, flattening into your spine. Again, draw your elbows down. If they don't come all the way down, just try to carefully give yourself each time a little bit more space, a little bit more offering, a little bit more opportunity as you breathe. Now we're going to slide the hands gently back, then tip, tuck, and curl. So now this time we want to try to get our forehead down to our knee. And notice how the back rounds. We pull the shoulders towards the ears and open up the spine. Then gently slide and tuck. Now we're going to take that to the other side. So sliding up to the edge of your mat, taking the opposite leg back behind you, and now folding again. The foot close to the hip or straight back behind you. Gently coming down, and we'll do the pigeon posture. Again, remember when you release, we're going to be looking at the folded leg. You can stay down here as long as you'd like to, melting into that posture. And then when you are completed, gently lifting back up. Coming all the way into a nice tall spine. Then taking your hand off to the side. Once again, we're going to roll our hips around. We're going to open up the opposite leg. So the left leg is out to the side. The right leg is long. We're going to sweep the arms out, interlace the fingers, reach up. Exhale, reaching out with the chin. Again, attempting to find the sole of the feet if you can, and then gently drawing the elbows, which creates the flatness in the spine. Reaching out with the chin, push the hips down into the floor. Feel that beautiful extension. Remember, this may not actually feel wonderful at first, but ultimately as you let go and release, it will relax and lengthen. Let's slide our hands back towards our shin, tuck our forehead down, push the elbows into the earth as you push and curl and round. Then gently slide your hands on up. And let's unfold that leg and take both of our legs out long. Now a full forward bend. Flexion in the ankles, reaching up, interlace your fingers, soften your elbows first, then reach up tall. Really get that beautiful elevation, flattening again into the back. The chin is your leading guide. Reach your hands as far as you can go, maybe to the soles of the feet, maybe they simply come to the shins. Again, draw your elbows down to the floor. It is the movement, the strength, the control, the drive of the elbows that takes you deeper into this posture. Ultimately, with an attempt to reach your chin out, pull your toes back, feel your hips press down, flatten into your spine and into your hips. Then let's move into the second portion. Slide your hands down, pull your chin into your forehead, draw your shoulders up towards your ears and the base of your neck as you lengthen now into the low back. Feel it lifting up, getting longer, and breathe. Then tip, tuck, and curl. Gently coming up once again into a tall, seated posture. Let's move into a twisted posture, taking your left hand down, running it down the spine. Place the palm of the hand down onto the floor. Bring your right hand on the outside edge of the left thigh, the left calf, Breathe in, lift up tall, and as you exhale, simply turn towards the back, looking to your left shoulder. Come back square to center, right hand to the right side, left hand to the left. Let's take that to the other side. So taking thumb of the right hand, simply running it down the spine, lay the palm of the hand down, heel of the hand close to the back, fingers away, left hand on the outside edge of the right knee. Breathe in, lift up tall, exhale, twist, and gently turn. Chin coming over to the right shoulder, using the leverage of your hand against your own leg to twist and turn. Feel that beautiful rotation of the spine. And then coming back into center, left hand back to left side, right hand back to right side. Now we're going to be moving into a reverse plank. Once we are completed with the reverse plank, we'll move into a dynamic reverse tabletop posture. So first, let's just open up our shoulders and our arms, one hand at a time. Reach it up, lift it up, and sweep it back. Let your fingers point behind you first. Let's just open up our chest, heels of the hands pressing down, breathing in, lifting up. Feel the chest rise. Feel the weight slightly come away from the floor. And then gently relax down. Now, turning your fingers in the opposite direction. So the fingers are coming very close to the bottom. Heel of the hand comes down to the earth. The elbow extends. Now we're going to open up, lift away from the floor. The toes are going to be pointing downward with the strength in the breath simultaneously as you push the heels of the hands down. Breathe, lifting your hips up. Hands down, again, breathe and lift. Now attempt to look straight down your abdomen, looking at your knees, looking at the extension of your ankles, and using the strength of everything in the entire upper body to keep yourself elevated and lifted. Then gently lower the hips, the buttocks back down to the floor, coming back into a tall seated position. Let's forward bend again. Breathe in, reach up with your hands. Interlace if you can. Flex the ankles, reach out. Fingers coming down first as far and as long as you can. Elbows gently driving down next. Releasing yourself down towards the floor. Forehead to follow. Tip, tuck, curl, slide, round, and come back up. Now we're going to be moving into the dynamic, moving, reverse tabletop posture. So hands once again are coming back in the same position. Fingers are going to be pointing towards you, heels of the hands away. The wrists are strong and long, the elbows strong and long. Let's walk our feet back. So now it may take you just a moment or two to position yourself. As you lift up, you might find that you may need to readjust. So let's do one slow. We're going to breathe in and just lift. So this is our static reverse tabletop. The abdomen is squeezing, the buttocks is lifted tight, the heels of your feet basically underneath the angle of your knees, and gently drop back down to the floor. So we're going to do 5 or 6 of these dynamically. If it's too much of a challenge for you or it causes and creates stress, please don't do it. Just come back and do reverse tabletop and move at your own pace. Excuse me. So the toes are firm to the floor, breathing in as you lift. Exhale, come back down. Let's go for 5. 5, 4, 3, 2. And on the last one, once again, let's lift up, get the toes down into the floor. Feel all 5 fingers into the earth. Feel your shoulders, feel your chest, feel your hips, feel your abdomen, your bottom. And then gently let's come back down to the floor. Good. One more time. Let's unfold. Breathe in. Sweep up. Lift up. Interlace. Fold the elbows. Lift up tall. Reach. Flatten out. Each time that you do this full forward bend to try to get a little bit more extension, a little bit more length. Slide, curl, and then gently round. Let's come into a tabletop position. So simply bring yourself around so that you're into now a flat back position. The heels of the feet are close together. Hands are underneath your shoulders, your wrists underneath your shoulders. And let's go into that cat-cow. So this is our cat position, lifting up tall, crown of the head pointed down. And then in the cow position, maybe soften the elbows slightly, pushing them gently out and away. Feel the knees and the top of your feet press into the floor as your spine rounds. Then breathe in, curl, and lift. And exhale, come back out. Let's go again. Breathe in, curl. Exhale, round in the flat back. And then let's come all the way up into that high rounded curl. We're going to be lifting up into a down dog. So curling the toes of the feet. Breathing in, hips lifting up. Now remember, it's very important to remember that the weight of the body should be in the legs in your down dog posture, not in your wrist. Excuse me. My goodness. I often see a lot of people in a down dog and their weight is positioned so far forward that they're stressing into their wrist. So let's get that weight back into our legs. Now distribute the weight evenly between your 2 hands and your left leg. Take your right leg gently back, touch the tip of the toe, down to the floor. Then slowly lift and elevate that right leg. Let's bring it all the way up. And then gently bring that leg back down. I'm going to slide just a little bit forward and let's take it to the left side. So the weight is now distributed between the 2 hands. The right leg, the tip of the left toe comes down to the floor as you push down into the earth. Breathe in, lift up, pushing down, lifting up, pushing down, lifting up. Feel that fantastic stretch, inverting the blood flow from the tip of the toe down to the crown of the head. Then gently lower the leg, tip of the toe, once again coming back down and into the floor. Touching the floor first, and then the sole of the foot. So we're going to get into a rag doll. You can walk your feet gently forward, and your hands back, so that you can bring your body elbow into hand, elbow into hand. Now it's very, very important here in this posture for the weight to be distributed across the balls and the toes of your feet. As the heels of your feet allow the weight to lift up and away, it will run up your legs, coming into the base of your bottom. As it spills from your bottom down your shoulders, the weight should drain from the shoulders into the elbows, from the elbows into the wrist and into the hands, from the shoulders into the neck, down the back of the head, and into the crown, gently giving you a beautiful inversion. And I really want you to feel that stretch that you're getting in the back of the legs. We're going to be coming all the way up, so I want you to unload. Now you're welcome to either walk up your shins and your thighs, or you can scoop your arms, reach your chin out, and gently lift yourself all the way up. Now I know that the top of my body has disappeared in the camera, but that's okay for a brief moment because we're gently going to step forward with the left leg. We're going to prepare for a triangle. So we're going to have the left foot pointed toe to the end of your mat and turn your right toe towards the front of your body. Let's soften gently into the left knee. Reach out with the arms, bring them parallel to the floor. Then gently shift and tip. Windmilling the left hand down to the inside edge of the left knee. Allow the right arm to be lifted gently up. Be sure that the weight is distributed evenly between the left foot, 2 points in the toe, 1 in the heel, the outside edge of the right foot. Now, if you choose, bring that left hand all the way down to the inside edge of the ankle. You can bring it up more towards the toe if you're comfortable with that. Extend the left leg back. Come into full triangle. Remember that the left shoulder should be pushing forward as the right shoulder and the right hip actually open and lift up towards the front of the room and then towards the sun. Now let's come back up. Remember that if your knee is folded, come up in the folded knee position. Otherwise, come up with a straight leg. Turn the left toe forward and let's turn the right heel in and turn the right toe out. As we soften into that right knee, again, you can see that the arms are parallel to the floor. As we breathe in, bring the right hand down to the inside edge of the right knee. The left arm is lifting straight on up. Gently push the right knee back, keeping the weight distributed in the foot. Slide the right hand down, if you choose, to the inside edge of the ankle, or maybe reaching to the toe, extending the right leg back, coming deeper into the posture. Again, notice the shoulder, the bottom shoulder pushing forward, the top shoulder pulling back, the eyes gazing towards the sun, the arm reaching up, the feet pushing down. Oppositional directions. This is actually considered to be the master posture. Push down into the floor to release, gently coming back up. Turn your right foot once again towards the front. Now we're going to be moving into a full forward bend. So I'd like you to turn the toes in. Turn the heels out. Arms stay parallel. Breathe in. Exhale, come hinging down. Now I want you to really look at the placement of my chin and the flatness of my back. You're going to come down to the floor. Attempt to reach to the heels of your feet. If you cannot reach the heels of your feet, perhaps you can reach your shins or your calves, the back of your thighs, and you yourself can help to aid yourself to slowly come further and further downward towards the floor. Now, if you can get the fingers beneath the heels of your feet, you may be able to bring your elbows to your shins and bring your forehead all the way down. And then you would really feel that weight shifting into the toes and the balls of the feet. So with the fingers beneath the heels, it elevates them just enough to shift the body's weight and really bring the weight falling forward. Wherever you are in your position, gently bring your fingers out. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders and gently push yourself up. I apologize for the hair today. Let's rotate over to the side. We're going to come down onto the floor. And once again, let's bring our knees back and tabletop ourselves. We're going to come into a plank posture. Now remember, there's always two options again. There's always modifications available. If you struggle with the intensity of a full plank, feel comfortable in bringing your forearms down to the earth. Either position that you're going to be moving in, we're going to take one leg straight back and then the other. Now the hips come down. It's very important. We often see people in a plank position with their bottom elevated and lifted tall, but actually your shoulders should be slightly higher than your hips, and your hips should be slightly higher than the heels of your feet. Your toes should be stacked underneath the heels of your feet with the balls of your feet pressing into the floor, so that the weight of the body is distributed evenly between either the elbows and the toes, or if you are in full plank, Heels of the hands pressing down, all 5 finger pads touching firmly into the floor, shoulders lifting up. Again, shoulders higher than the hips, hips higher than the heels of the feet. Holding this posture for 1 minute each day, utilizing all the muscle groups in your body. Slowly giving yourself more and more time as you develop strength to stay in the posture longer. Slowly coming down, let's bring one knee in at a time. Shift your weight back and let's send our arms forward. Let's go down into child. So gently just bringing your forehead down to the floor if you can. Keeping the elevation of the elbows and the finger pads into the earth really intensifies the ability to stretch the shoulder girdle. Now, the more that you can press your hips back into the heels of your feet, the more elevation, length, and stretch you're going to be getting in that spine. Now, if you lay your forearms down to the floor, you can release and just let yourself relax gently for a moment. Then shifting your arms around in the other direction with your palms now lying and facing upward. The thumb should be lying on the sole of the foot. The forehead stays down, and now we are in the moon pose. This again is just another nice posture to stretch the back as we transfer. And let's slide our hands up, tuck our chin, curl, lift, and just come into a tall seated position. Let's take the weight off of our knees and off of our hips and just do 1 or 2 more things before we close out our program. I know I moved through this rapidly in comparison to the length of time that we take in all of our poses in class. We really meditate, we really get deep, we move from posture to posture and shift and lengthen and all those little extras that I just don't have the opportunity to do. But let's come down and let's bridge. So bring yourselves all the way down. Palms down to the floor along the side body, heels of the feet not too far away from the base of the bum. And first, I'd just like you to lift your bottom. So you're just going to be hanging here with the base of your spine lifted up off the floor. Then if you can lift your hips a little higher, I'd like you to start to think about bringing your chin down into the throat. Now you should be starting to recognize the length in the back of your neck. Now again, bring your hips a little higher, and this time push your shoulders downward towards the floor. So getting even a bit more length coming into the lower portion of your neck. If you can walk the feet back towards your fingers, you have several options here. You can place the heels of your feet on the tips of your fingers, and you can push down into the floor so you can pull your knees up. Remember, your bottom is squeezing tight. If you can't get your fingers beneath your feet, maybe you can reach towards your ankles. Again, regardless of whether your palms are on the floor, whether they're actually touching the body, we want to be pushing down and lifting up, getting that oppositional energy. Then slowly let's lower our hips down. So maybe crawling your toes away, pulling your feet away. Feel your shoulders lift up gently round the spine to lower it all the way down to the floor as you send the arms out. Pull your shoulders up. Now again, this was what I was just referring to. As you're moving through your practice, you should always be feeling and recognizing change, a metamorphosis. That's what we are doing this for. Let's gently pull one leg at a time up carefully and into our chest. And let's just kind of rock our knees a little bit from side to side, using the back of the hands and the back of the arms against the earth. Feel the strength and recognize what flexibility you may have already gained in your spine. Let's come into full ball. So let's just wrap our arms around, elbow into hand, elbow into hand. Do the best that you can to make that full grip. If you can't make that grip, maybe just gripping wrist to wrist, or maybe you can just grab your fingers together. The more that you can squeeze your knees to the center of your chest and press them down into the floor, pushing your chin down into the throat, the more you're going to feel that low back and really stretch out. This is a beautiful, beautiful healing posture for lumbar spines. But you really need to understand the depth of bringing the knees in, pressing them down, and flattening the chin. That's what elongates the full entire spine. Then gently relax. Let's unload the legs, maybe gripping onto the toes and the balls of the feet if you can, as you slowly send your legs up. Pulling the toes down, feel the extension in the back of the legs. This again, another inversion posture. And then slowly one more time, release the fingers from the feet. Slide them from the feet and the ankles and the shins and the knees, bringing all that energy back down the thighs to the base of your torso. So we slowly bring it up. Place your hands to heart center, up towards your shoulders. And gently lay them out to the side of the body. The palms are facing up. The heart is open and facing up. Allow your lower jaw to release. Feel the tension in the neck, the tension in the shoulders, melting into the floor. Take your left leg and extend it out long. Keep your right arm out to the side, palm facing up, and bring your left arm up over the top. We're going to be moving into a twisted posture, moving away from the camera. So as you press the right foot into the floor, excuse me, my arms are incorrect. The left arm is out, the right arm is up. Pushing the right foot into the floor, you're going to roll over to the left. The right knee will roll off of the mat over the top of the body as the left ear, the left side of the face comes down to the floor. Feel your body stretching out that entire left shoulder. It feels so good. The front of the thigh, the openness of the hip. Slide the right arm back, push into the floor as you unravel your body. Bring your right knee out to the side, bring your right arm up and over, and now we are in supine tree. Drop the right arm back out to the side. Let's gently move into the other side, bringing the right leg up. Square your hips, send your right leg out. Fold your left leg at the knee, bring the left arm up overhead. As you breathe in, extend the body long. Push into the floor with the left foot rolling over towards the left. Allow the left arm to stay up top, the right ear to come down. Feel that beautiful stretch that you're getting across the shoulder on the right, the back of the neck. The fingers in the left can even curl away. So the left knee drops out to the side and you face the earth. That thigh and that hip open beautifully. Again, allowing yourself the opportunity to melt into this posture to the length of time desirable for you. To unload, let's slide that left hand back, push into the floor. As you unroll, send the left arm up. Drop your left knee out to the side. The sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Arms are out, palms are open, heart is open, supine tree. And two options to close your program. You can send your left leg out to meet your right, bringing your arms alongside body. Coming into Shavasana. Or you can come into an hourglass posture, the figure eight, open, cobbler's pose, soles of the feet together, fingers over the top of the crown of the head, forefinger, thumb tip touching. Opening your body and letting go, allowing yourself to bring in all the goodness and abundance that surrounds you. And searching for balance at the same time, from the soles of our feet, the tips of our fingers to the crowns of our head. As we place our hands on the forehead, the fingers pointed towards the crown of the head. Bring your hands out to the side. Give yourself presence of mind, finding one with your heart and one with your soul. Bring your left hand down to the front of your throat. As you place your right hand behind the back of your throat, giving strength to your voice, offering peace as you speak the words of truth that need to be said. Place your left hand on your high heart and your right hand on your material heart, as we always allow our spiritual heart to lead us, to have priority, to be over top of that is material. As we slide our left hand down beneath the base of our ribs and our right hand over, bringing the energy down to our solar plexus, our digestive portion of our body, offering us energy and sustenance. Sliding our left hand and then our right down more towards our sacral region, offering us energy. Portions of our bodies that offer us elimination, reproduction. And then beaming that energy down into our root chakra, there of which we are grounded, that which offers us stability. We feel safe and secure. And then lay your palms off into the side, with your fingers open wide, and your heart open wide. Offer all that you have to the world in love and light and joy and kindness, making each and every day beautiful and memorable. Please feel free to take your time again in this practice, giving focus to each and every pose, each and every thought, each and every breath. So we sweep our hands up and around, cocoon yourself, wrap and tie it at the top, offering yourself safety and security as you move into this world. Namaste, until we are together again. Remember that as you close your program, rolling over to your right so that there is no stress on the left side of the body. Have a beautiful day. Until we can be together again, gang. Missing you so much. Namaste.